In this next problem, I want to show you what it means to solve a formula for a variable. Here we're looking to solve this formula, which is given to us in the problem up here, or the situation, and we want to solve this formula for the variable c. What in the world does that mean? Well, let me give you a definition. An equation or formula solved for a variable means that variable, whatever is indicated, is isolated on one side of the equal sign. So as it stands, this formula right here we say is really solved for f. F is isolated on one side of the equal sign. We'd like to solve this formula for c. So in other words, get c by itself on one side of the equal sign, and I'll show you why we would do that after we perform it. So the idea here is to use algebra to get c by itself, and we're going to do some work over here, and the answer will be c equals an expression. Now before, when we were up here, we had a value for f, which was 80. Here we don't have a value for f, so this f is going to stay with our work. And I just want you to see here, before we start doing this, is the exact same algebra steps we used to solve for this corresponding c value here. When we got c equals or approximately that, it's the same algebra steps we're going to do to get c by itself here. So in other words, we're going to undo the addition from this right side, and everything I say over here we're going to do over here. We're going to undo the division, and then we're going to undo the multiplication here, and we're going to get c by itself. So the left side is going to look pretty hairy, actually. Let's do it. We're going to subtract 32 to undo this first. And on the left side we have f minus 32. Remember, we don't have a value for f, so that's got to stay with our work. So this undoes this, and I have this on the right side. That's division. Alright, next, like we did up here to solve for c, we're going to undo this division by multiplying by 5. And we're going to multiply this left side by 5. If I leave it like this, it would appear that the multiplication of 5 is only happening with the 32. But in fact, when you do an operation to a left side or either side, you're doing it to the whole thing. So to indicate that we're going to multiply 5 by both of these, or this entire f minus 32 expression, we're going to use parentheses. So that's correct algebraically. So this now multiplying undoes this, and we're left with 9c. Let me carry this down. Parentheses. Okay, so now, next, hopefully you're thinking, like we did up here, we undo the multiplication here by dividing by 9. So let me do this. I'm going to take c, or the 9c, and write it this way. And now it's clear to undo this is division by 9. And on this left side, believe it or not, I was going to write division by 9 here, but then we'd have to make another set of parentheses to indicate this entire left side is being divided by 9. I can do that in a more simple way by using the division bar. So I'm going to do that. That means divided by 9 too, meaning the entire left side here divided by 9. So this division or fraction bar can be used as a grouping symbol. So what we have here is this. These two guys undo each other, and I have c equals really this expression. You can think of it as a fraction if you'd like. So there it is, c equals this expression. Now you may want to take it further, and you may not like this, but if you recall this multiplying of 5 with this quantity, this 5 actually distributes to both pieces of this subtraction. In other words, it's called the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. And what this means is the 5 can be multiplied with the 32 and with the f and be equivalent. And then we'd subtract the results. So here's another way we could write this. It could be c equals all of that over 9, and then 5 times 32, 160. Oh, where are we? 160, and subtract it from 5 times f, or just 5f. So that's another way you can write that. It looks a little bit better. Or you can not use the division bar and write the left side this way, 5f minus 160 in parentheses divided by 9 equals c. So either one of those versions. But now this, either one of these is equivalent to this, and again I'll show you why we actually would do this in the next video.